What's up, everybody? This is Peter again for Sports Hot Rumors and Debates. How are you guys? I am ready to talk to you guys now about the whole Arizona Cardinal draft. This way I can finish this and we can talk about the future now. However, I didn't talk to you guys today about the last two guys we picked because I wanted to kind of put it all in one for you guys. You know, we spoke about Likai Futu and we spoke about Rashad Lawrence, right? But now I wrote all these things down for you guys. This way we can go kind of one by one and talk about how did we do. And for me, we've done nothing but amazing. Let's rewind. Let's kind of go back for a few days ago. Arizona Cardinals, everybody's talking. I'm talking, right? I was on a live stream. Everybody was talking about who we're going to get. My bet was hoping for it was Lamb, but also if Simmons drops, I was perfectly happy with that. Those were the only two that I was looking for. I didn't want anybody else, right? I didn't want an offensive line. A lot of guys didn't want. A lot of experts said they weren't getting an offensive line. Here we go. Look what happens. We'll get the first pick for us was Isaiah Simmons. Nobody expected him to drop to number 8. The New York Giants just wrapped up a gift and said, here you go, Arizona. You guys can start getting better for your future while we just continue to be the laughing stock of the East. So this is what we're going to talk about. Does Isaiah Simmons improve this team? I don't think there's a higher grade than a 10, but if I can give that, I would. He is an unbelievable player, right? He plays the linebacker position. He's 6'4". I always write down the weight for you guys in height. 6'4", 238 that they listed him as. I watched this man move around the field. He shouldn't be doing that for that size. He is fast as hell, and he can cover the whole middle of the field, and he can play in different positions. So that move is such an unbelievable move, and it changes our defense because now you can add him with Chandler Jones, and now you got Patrick Peterson, and now you got Murphy, now you got Usain Phillips, and you just love it. You love now how this beast team is coming together because if our defense is great, then all the pressure on Kingsbury and his offense don't have to be there. We know Kingsbury offense is going to be great. We know that the DeAndre Hopkins move is going to change everything. However, you can't always put pressure on Kyler and DeAndre, aging Larry. You can't put all the pressure on them. You need to play defense. And Steve Keim and Kingsbury and Vance Joseph knew coming into here, we have to change this. And let me tell you, they had an idea in the draft what they were going to do, and I believe they did it. Let's go to the third round. We all were talking about, myself included, do we trade somebody? First, was it going to be Kirk if we drafted CD? Well, no, we didn't draft CD, so Kirk ain't going anywhere. We're depending on him to be who we know he can be, so let's hope for that. Were we going to trade Reddick? Was something going to happen where we can get a second round? We didn't do anything. So if you guys remember me talking for so long, I was saying we do not need to draft an offensive lineman in the first round because there's plenty of offensive linemen in this draft, and you don't waste the ace pick with that. Let's play pretend for a second. Say we draft Wirfs in the first round. What the hell do we do in the third round, right? Who do we get? Thank God that didn't happen because here we go. Come the third round, Josh Jones is just sitting there as the offensive tackle at, I'm going to tell you guys, 6'5", 320. Let me tell you, I don't know if you guys ever go to a bar or something. You ever see a bouncer bounce somebody out? That's what he does to defensive players. This man clears the left side like you wouldn't believe. And that gives up, because Kyler's shorter, right? That gives a great throwing lane for Kyler Murray. Or it gives a nice running lane because he's pretty fast. Or Kenyon Drake is just going to fly right up the middle. I mean, it's incredible that we got a guy who was pretty much a first-round pick in the third round, which again, guys, there wasn't me trying to be a smart ass or saying anything. I just knew that we can get somebody like that in the third round, and the fact that in the first round, that's why I was looking for a guy like CD or Simmons, hoping to get somebody that can make this team 10 times better than going for a lineman like that, right? And we did. We got lucky. But I also understand all you fans who wanted linemen. We need blocking for Kyler, of course. I agree with you 100%. Let's keep going. Now we go to the fourth round, right? This was a little bit of surprise. Likai Futu, defensive tackle, this monster of a man. He's listed as 6'5", 330 from Utah. Okay, I've watched Utah play sometimes. They got really good defense. Here's what this guy does. You're going to come on 3rd and 1, 3rd and 2. No, you're not, right? This is what he does. He's going to stay right in the middle, and he's going to just fill the gap in. So you're going to hit a wall. And we need that because we know the NFC can run. the West can run. We know to be successful, you have to stop these 3rd-and-1, 3rd-and-2 first downs, because it's a killer. When it's a huge swing like basketball, like I always say, you block the shot and then you get the ball. So if you can stop somebody on 3rd-and-1 and get that ball back and give Kyler the ball again, and that offense, you're a winner, right? That's why they did it. Do I think he was the best available at that time? No, I don't. But I think what Stephen Kingsbury and Joseph were doing is they had a plan, right? They knew what they were doing, because the next pick, and I'm surprised this is not getting graded more, because Rashard Lawrence of LSU is 6'2", 308, but this guy is, he's another one, right? That just can throw people out the way, but he's not a guy who fills in like Futu. He's a guy who goes after the quarterback, and take a look at him. Take a look at his videos. Look how fast this guy gets to the quarterback. That's what you need. You need pressure on the quarterback, right? If you got somebody to stop the run, now you need somebody to go after the quarterback. We have plenty of those guys, but I would love to have some pressure when you got Simmons back there, Chandler Jones, and all these guys waiting, and Patrick Peterson and Murphy. I mean, I'm telling you, nobody's going to want to cross the middle at one point. That's just the way it is. Between Murphy and Simmons hitting, I play football, and there's nothing worse when you're about to go up for the catch, and you're about to just get blasted. And I'm telling you, those two can do it with the best of them. So I understand this. We needed pressure on the quarterback. Phillips we signed, but you don't want to put all the thing on Phillips. You need other guys to do it. So great. Let's go to the guys who I haven't mentioned yet. And this is probably the most underrated move that we got so far. Evan Weaver is a linebacker from California, right? Anybody who watches football, my comparison to him in only one way, it's Sean Lee of the Cowboys. And I'm going to tell you why. Take a look at how he wraps up. That's what this reminds me of. He reminds me of just like Sean Lee. He will not stop going after the player, okay? This guy is just one of those guys, or Clay Matthews, whatever you want to say, that wherever he sees the ball, he's going to chase you down, right? And that reminds me of Lee, because Lee was one of the best tacklers I've ever seen. If he could stay healthy, he was so phenomenal. This is what this guy does, Weaver, and I like that. I like a young kid at the linebacker position that goes after it, You need that. Strip the ball, grab. A receiver needs to know in their head, shit, this guy's somewhere, right? And that's what we got in Evan Weaver. So, do you guys see a common theme so far? Have I mentioned any offense? No. They went into this draft saying, we need defense, we're going to trust our offense, which is fine, right? I thought we needed at least one offensive player just in case, but we didn't. We didn't get that for the first 5 picks that we did. And you know what? That's fine, because DeAndre's, hopefully somebody steps up. And I believe they will. I'm going to stay optimistic. Somebody's going to step up for us, or at least, at the very least, Larry can buy one of these young kids one more year until somebody mans up. And you know who I think that's going to be? I think it's going to be Keyshawn Johnson. There's something about him last year just showed me that he was already ready for football. Just imagine now. So we're now with DeAndre taking everybody out. I expect that. And you know what? I hope it's Christian too. I hope Kirk takes that step that everybody wants him to take. This is his year. This is his thing. There's no pressure's off of you now, kid. You sit there, you go out. DeAndre will take care of the best coverage, and you're just going to dominate, right? I hope so for you. Last pick. Now we can get into the offense, right? Excuse me 1 second. Sorry, guys. I have a little cough. Okay. So now we can get into the offense towards the end, right? So if you guys watch college, and if you watch Benjamin from Arizona State, he reminds me of one of those guys who it's 3rd and 2 and he gets hit at the line and you're just like, shit. Oh, wait, he's moving his feet still. That's what this guy's doing. And I'm going to tell you why they drafted him, right? He's 5'9", listed at 207. He plays like he's 250. He runs at you and he's going to lower his shoulder and he's going to hit. He's going to hit hard and he's going to go for that. And you know what? Drake is kind of in between there, and Edmonds is kind of like a quicker guy. We need somebody like that. Hopefully, if one of those guys do get hurt, we want somebody who on 3rd and 1 or something is going to go in there and get that first down. If Drake and they're tired, right? If they're exhausted. That doesn't mean that this guy can't make cuts. I mean, I've watched him. Sometimes you get these diamond in the rough later on. Sometimes the draft is so stacked that people towards the end of the draft is just like forgotten about, and then you're like, holy shit, how did this guy go in the 7th round? And you know, Benjamin can be one of those guys where, because Arizona's offense is so open, and if he gets open and if they clear it out for him, like for example, going back to Josh Jones, if Josh Jones clears that left side or wherever he's going to be moving to Jones, if he ever, wherever side he's on, that he clears out, and you get Benjamin running straight through that, that's a guy you don't want to get in his way. So there was a strategy there, and I seen what they did. The one thing that I would have liked to see was maybe Bryant as a tight end there. I thought he was really good. I thought they had a shot at him, but you know what? I feel like Arnold's going to do really well, and I get why they didn't do that. Arnold's young. Kyler and him seem to have a good reputation now, so maybe they're just like, you know what? We need to just go all in on defense. And we were talking to somebody before about that, right? Anybody who says we're great, we're not. We can never have enough players on the team. You can never have enough talented players. In this game, this many weeks, and how many teams are playing, and how many people are getting hit, you never know. You need a break. You don't know if you're going to get injured. God forbid somebody goes down with the ACL. You don't know. So you need to have 3 or 4 guys playing these positions that can back you up. Like Murray last year for us at right side, he backed us up. He played really well, and we got him off the waiver wire. You can never have enough guys to play for you, okay? Like, to win games, like the reason the Patriots are so successful was Rex Burkhead was dominating at one point. The guy you wouldn't expect, right? You just didn't expect, maybe you expect White to do it, but you wouldn't expect Burkhead to do it. But you know what makes Belichick wonderful is that he has everybody ready. The whole roster is going to be ready to step up when needed. You know who does that also? The San Antonio Spurs in the NBA. They have everybody ready. Do you ever look at their team sometimes and go, who's that? Because somebody always comes from the back of the bench to do something. That shows that you have a great team and great coaches. That is what you need. So you can never just be like, oh, let's look at the first few guys and think that's enough, because it's just not. So for me, let's sum this all up. How did the Arizona Cardinals do? A+. Okay, that's my opinion. A+. There's one guy that I wish that we could have gotten, but it's okay, right? There's always going to be a miss, right? Steve missed a few years ago bad, a couple of times, and it happens. There's no way you're going to predict everything. It's just impossible. So I would say out of all those picks, 4 of them are great, and Weaver, out of all of them, may be the one to surprise everybody. That's the underrated move to me, just because of the tackling ability. I don't care how many guys sometimes go out and try to blast you. This guy wraps up. Wrap up, get the tackle. I don't need you to kill the guy. Throw him on the floor, I'm fine with that, you know? And then, we all know Simmons is the best, right? We all know we got the monster, but Josh Jones that's such an unbelievable move at that time in the draft that he was there, and it was just phenomenal. And not only was it phenomenal because of the talent, it was just because of the need too, right? So that was great also. So Steve, Cliff, Vance, you guys did a wonderful job, and you know I'm a diehard Cardinal fan. Good luck this year. I think we're going to go to the playoffs. I actually know we're going to go to the playoffs. It's just a matter of how far we go, and I hope you take the Niners down. I really do. Before I end this, okay, I want to talk about the Green Bay Packers for a second, like I promised you guys. Aaron Rodgers just got shitted on so bad. Okay, he just got shitted on. And I'm going to make a video probably tomorrow and talk about this whole thing. But I'm furious for him because I am a huge fan of that guy. Right? Those games against Arizona, those playoff games, and that Hail Mary, I believe me, my friend's a Packer fan. I was going crazy when he had that touchdown. I didn't want it. But at the back of me, as a football admirer, I was like, holy shit, this guy is unbelievable. And he was throwing to, I believe it was Janice, right? So, come on. Imagine if he had talent next to him besides Devontae. It's not fair to him. I get a couple years, but now that you go in a draft and you have all those picks and you don't get one receiver, right? You get a quarterback in the first round to smack him in the face. I know you want to kind of wait for him to go after a while, but come on. Farr had talent with him. So you need to do that. Rodgers is not 39 about to end his career. He has another 3-4 years left. So, like, what are you doing? I don't like that. I think that's a smack in the face, and I hope he asks for a trade. That's just me being a fan because I don't think that's right. I've watched that guy throw into Jimmy Graham who can't even go anywhere on the field. It's just a shame. It's shame. This man was throwing to people off the practice squad. It's incredible what he was doing last year. It was, and the few years before that. Anyway, guys, thank you so much, and we had a great draft, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.